Hi guys, we are only a couple of days away from the Boxing Day Test match at Melbourne Cricket Ground, and the Australian media is doing their hardest to keep stirring the pot and keep it on a simmer. I'm Sadat. You're watching Gully Cricketer, and please, guys, subscribe, like, and leave your feedback in the comment section. I would really appreciate that. Thanks for watching. Let's get started. The Australian media is having a really good time with the Indian team of late. They're doing their best to keep the batter on a simmer. It is heating up nicely. They're finding issues where I would think exist none. But yeah, I mean, if it is giving the PRPs, then well, what can I say? It started off with Virat Kohli. Indian team was arriving in Melbourne, and a Channel 7 reporter, a lady, uh, with a cameraman, were filming. And Virat took objection to it. He thought they were filming his family, his wife and kids, and he pointed that out. He said that you can't do that without my permission. Uh, to be fair, as per Australian law, in public places, the reporters are allowed to shoot whoever they want. But Virat had a chat with this lady, and I think what the confusion was cleared up. They said that they were not shooting his kids, but the Australian media didn't let it go. They got hold of that issue, and it has run pretty much everywhere in Australian media, whether it's print or television or internet everywhere. And Virat has been accused of bullying the reporter, using his fame and all that. So to me, it was a simple issue of two different cultures and just misunderstanding, I guess. And Virat was seen talking to her and then the cameraman, and I guess the issue got cleared up and he went on his way. But yeah, it got them TRP, so what can we say? Then, just a couple of days back, Ravindra Jadeja, after practice, came for the presser, and there he only took questions in Hindi. And when the Australian reporters wanted to ask questions in English, the team guy, the media guy for Indian team said that he's running late for the Indian team bus. So Australian media took offense to that. That no English. He didn't take any questions in English. Uh, and the same happened again just yesterday. Akash Deep, after practice, again came for the press meet and again took in questions in Hindi. This time, though, I felt someone from the Indian camp or maybe one of the Indian journalists, translated a question from the Australian media and given them the answers and all. But again, this is something that the Australian media has taken offense to, and a lot has been written and said about that. Uh, for my two pence, I think I mean, like it's not necessary for someone whose mother tongue is not English to speak in English, but since you are in a foreign land or you're playing against a foreign team, if you're speaking in Hindi, it doesn't hurt to keep an interpreter there so who can translate the answers or something. But yeah, I mean, this is something that did not have been blown up, out of the proportion. But that's what's been happening. Things are really, as I said, the Australian media is stirring the pot real hard and keeping it on a simmer. So things are kept real hot for 26th of December morning. Uh, so that's the media that's going on and doing its business. On the other hand, the pitch curator today of MCG spoke to the media, and according to him, we can expect a wicket on the lines of the ones that were there in the last couple of years, 2 3 years. Uh, he he said pretty much that the 7 years back they had a big meeting, and because the Melbourne wicket was really flat, and they wanted to do something about it, and since then they've tried different things. But for the last 2 3 years, they have been very happy with the wickets that has been produced. And keep in mind also, the new Kookaburra ball also plays a part in it. Since 2021 December, the new Kookaburra ball that is being used in Australia, uh, it's the ball stays hard longer. The shine stays a little longer because it has one more layer of lacquer, and the seam, most importantly, which is to vanish very early previously, now stays upright for a little longer. So, so combined with the new Kookaburra ball and MCG curators, saying that they tried a few things and now they've settled on something that allows all the department to be in the game. So, according to him, the ball would do a fair bit, the new ball especially, but once it gets old and soft, and then batters would have a great time. So there are runs to be had, but at the same time, the new ball is the part when bowlers can really make hay. Uh, he was asked about whether the ball would turn here or not. So his answer was that the wicket doesn't really break up. So and there's not been much turn in the last couple of years. So most likely there won't be any turn. Uh, but yeah, it when asked about the how much grass he's leaving on the crease on the wicket, he said that he will take a final call, but it's generally around 6 7 like how it was in Adelaide. Uh, so yeah, we can expect a lively pitch, I think. But it's also a wicket which is it's not like Perth or Brisbane, which the curator also mentioned. It's not going to be as fast and bouncy as Perth or Brisbane, or for that matter as Adelaide. But yes, it will have something for the new ball. The bowler with all the fast bowlers with the new ball till at least 30th over. I think the ball would do something. But beyond that, once the shine comes off, the ball softens. It would be a good wicket to bat on. So that's where the pitch stands. Now to talk about the teams on both ends. India, I don't expect anything to change. Frankly, I think India is going to go with the same lineup as they did in the Gabba test. My only question or only thing that though I mean, Akashdeep bowled without much luck in the first innings. I thought he didn't bowl badly. He bowled very well, in fact, and but he didn't have much luck. In the second innings, Australian batters came after the bowling, and so those wickets are probably that also played a part in it. But he was brilliant with the bat. He helped India save the follow-on. So I don't see Akashdeep getting dropped. But the only thing is that means that it will be Bumrah, Siraj, and Akashdeep, and herein I think India misses Mohammad Shami so badly because see Bumrah and Shami, they are on an average both Bumrah and Shami are 5 kilometers faster than Siraj and Akashdeep, and so this bowling attack beyond Bumrah lacks a bit of pace, and Harshit Rana had that, though his performance in Adelaide was quite poor, and I felt it was his inexperience that told. The fact that he hasn't played too much first class games also that had an impact. But so that's the only thing I sometimes wonder whether in Akashdeep and Siraj we have two bowlers who are kind of similar, though they don't necessarily bowl with the same sort of discipline. But yeah, I mean, like they're in the same speed bracket. So, in Harshit Rana, we probably can have someone who is a lot quicker. You see, the difference is a Bumrah and Shami, that effort ball or when they want to, they can bowl in the high 140s. The batters know that there is that ball from Bumrah or Shami that will touch 150. That can that is there, that is in their armory. They need not be bowling every ball at that pace, but they have that in their armory. Whereas with Siraj, at best he'll reach mid 140s. Akashdeep, I have not seen him, even go beyond 140. To be very honest, in the last Test match. So in terms of pace, I felt that someone a little quicker might, at times, especially when there is too much in the wicket, can be handy. But having said that, you have to also have discipline. You also need to bowl the right line and length. Uh, Akashdeep, I thought was pretty good without much luck in the first innings in Gabba. But are they too similar? So the only question is that I think for me, whether it's Akashdeep or Harshit, but I think India is going to go with Akashdeep, especially because of his performance with the bat also in the last Test match. I think he will just edge out Harshit Rana. And I don't see any other changes, frankly, in the Indian team. It's just going to be the same. Yashasvi will open with KL Rahul. Yes, Rohit Sharma is not going to open, I don't think, in this series. Now that Rahul has really played well, especially in the last test match after that performance, I don't think Rahul is coming down. So it's going to be Yashasvi, KL Rahul, and then Shubman Gill, who I really hope gets some runs. And then Virat, Rishabh Pant, uh, Rohit Sharma, followed by Ravindra Jadeja. I don't now that Ashwin has retired from the game. I don't think there's a question mark there either. Had Ashwin been there, India might have been tempted to think whether they want to play both Ravindra Jadeja and Ashwin. But also keeping in mind the way Nitish Kumar Reddy has played in the series, his batting especially. Uh, I don't see, India dropping Nitish Kumar Reddy. So, and I don't see India playing Washington Sundar either. So it is going to be Ravindra Jadeja at number 7, 8 Nitish Kumar Reddy, 9 would be Akashdeep, 10 Jasprit Bumrah, 11 Mohammad Siraj. That's most likely going to be the team. Uh, this Melbourne wicket, I hope here the likes of Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma, I think there's going to be a big innings coming from both of them. And yeah, it might just be MCG. I'm pretty positive about that. But I would really like to see Shubman Gill and Rishabh Pant make it count, and also to an extent Yashasvi Jaiswal. But Shubman Gill and Rishabh Pant, they're due. They've been to Australia before. They've played there. They performed there, and so far this trip, neither of them have done justice to their talent with the bat. So the two of them, especially, I think they're going to do good in this Test match. So that's India. In terms of Australia, I think the changes, there will be one obvious change because of Josh Hazelwood's injury. He's going to miss the rest of the Test series. So Scott Boland walks in. It is his home ground. He has a fantastic record in MCG. So yeah, he walks in place of Josh Hazelwood. But the big news coming out of Australia in terms of team selection is Nathan McSweeney has been dropped and Sam Constas has been picked. So I do think Sam Constas is going to make his debut in this Boxing Day Test match. Uh, it's I mean I feel for Nathan McSweeney. Someone who is not an opener was made to open, and then he had to open in front of the best bowler in the world, one of the greatest of all time. In these conditions, it's never going to be easy. So I do feel for him, but at the same time, I think this is a smart decision by Australia because McSweeney and Usman Khwaja are both a bit conventional in their approach to Test cricket, whereas Sam Constas, what little I saw of him in the PM's 11 match, he really impressed me, and he's more of a attacking player. He's going to take the game on. Like he sounds very confident, and he will be. He's saying, that young man's brash confidence came out of it in the press conferences and all. In the last couple of days, he wants to take the game on. He has plans against the Indian bowling attack and whatnot. But at the end of the day, I think it's a good choice for Australia. Uh, One thing is with players like him, is more in the Sehwag, David Warner mold. Uh, Even if they get a quick 30-40, that can get the team off the lines, very quickly and, assure the dressing room sort of that the run scoring is possible and all. So not a bad pick from Australia, I think. And the young man, he's only 19 years old, is going to get a debut on Boxing Day at Melbourne Cricket Ground in front of 90,000 people because it's sold out. The first couple of days are sold out, I believe. So it's going to be a real atmosphere. Uh, as you know, I mean, in Australian sporting calendar, the Boxing Day Test match is very important every year on 26th December, traditionally, and it goes back many a years. There's a Test match in Melbourne at the MCG, and it's one of the big events in their sporting calendar. So yeah, Sam Constas is most likely going to walk out uh, in Australian colours on 26th December, Boxing Day Test match. Apart from that, I don't see Australia making any changes. The only question that might rise is whether they pick Bo Webster in place of Mitchell Marsh. Mitchell Marsh has not bowled at all in this series. I mean, just 2 overs here, 2 overs there. Uh, but he's right now playing pretty much as a batsman at number six, and his returns with the bat has not been that significant in the series. So that's the only question. But I do not think that's going to happen. I think they're going to stick with Mitch Marsh at least for this Melbourne Test match. So the two changes are going to be Sam Constance up top with Usman Khwaja opening, followed by Labuschagne, Smith, Travis Head, then Mitch Marsh, Alex Carey, who looked in very good touch in Brisbane, then Pat Cummins, Mitchell Stark, and then Nathan Lyon and Scott Boland. So that's how the Australian team's gonna be. So things are really nicely poised. This remember this is the in a sense this is the most crucial Test match in the series so far, as it is level at 1-1. Australia loses this Test match. The trophy is coming back to India. In order to take the Border Gavaskar Trophy, they need to win this Test match. So this Test match is very important for both the teams. India has a tremendous record in the recent past at Melbourne. The last two Test matches, the last two Boxing Day Test matches that we played, both in 2018-19 tour and 2021 tour, we won them and we won them convincingly. Uh, so yeah, that is something that India will take a lot of confidence from. Melbourne is a venue where we have performed really well. It's also a venue where some of our graders have done great things. Virat Kohli, that match against Pakistan in the T20 World Cup, or Virat Kohli's 100 against Mitchell Johnson and company. So yeah, it's a ground which has great memories for a lot of Indian graders. Um, so I can't wait. The match starts on 26 December, 5 a.m. Indian Standard Time. I'll be there after the day's play with my two pence. So, guys, till then, take care of yourselves. Do subscribe, like, and leave a comment in the comment section. I'll see you then.